Our past is alive in our old buildings. They speak of our history and offer solid solutions for today's housing needs. I'm following restorers as they battle through the good, the bad, and the awful challenges of rebuilding ruins to create homes fit for the future. Just a block south of the Riverlea in Cork, Douglas Street is the main artery of the city's steep-streeted South Parish. It's August 2022, and I'm here to visit what was once the local grocery shop. The building had been empty for 3 years, when landscape artist Cora Murphy found it. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm
Lovely
great.
to see you.
And you're very welcome to Douglas Street.
Thank
Would you like to come?
Love to. After a lifetime of renting and a decade hunting for a home with unique character to turn into a living and studio space, she snapped it up. So tell us, why'd you buy the house?
Because I love it. To me, it's like a beautiful, lovely home. It's in the heart of the city and it has a gorgeous garden.
Yeah, the amazing thing about it is I'm a stone's throw from the Riverlea.
It's absolutely perfect.
This early 19th century building combines a home and shop space, which suits Cora's needs. So what's your intention?
I'd love to have, ideally, maybe down the line, a small showroom here, offices in the middle, and a studio to the rear. The studio may be in the garden.
And what do you do, Cora?
I'm a painter.
Great.
So having lots of light really, really helps.
Very important.
But also I'd like to have 2 bedrooms and I'd also like to have a nice closet and bathroom on the top floor.
Gosh, you don't want much, do
Not
you?
much.
So you bought the property for how much?
I bought the property for 182,000.
Good start.
Great start.
Obviously, it's in a particular condition. You want to do work on it. What's your budget?
So my budget is 100,000, maybe 120 with contingency. I know it's not very big, but it always seems impossible until it's done.
Well, good. Well, I look forward to seeing now what you're going to be doing on that budget. Very tight in this day and age.
It is
isn't it?
really tight.
Let's have a look at the challenge ahead. Come on.
Okay.
She plans to fund the project with a mortgage. First stop is the 1970s kitchen, which was built into an old yard. So what's this going to be now?
Ideally, this will be leading to my studio. I'm not exactly sure about the location of the studio, if it's going to be in the garden, but this will be an office leading to a studio.
Right. So lots of work here, demolitions.
Yes, I'd hoped we might be able to keep the extension, but it's beyond repair. You can see it's falling to pieces, and this is marginally better than the extension upstairs. It just has to go.
Right. Well, let's go and see the marginally worse extension. We make our way up creaking stairs to a tacked-on extension bedroom fitted out in 1980s finery. This all has to go?
So I'd hoped maybe we could retain it, but not at all.
Ideally, this would be...
It depends on the configuration of the other part of the house, but this may be a bathroom, or ideally if we could bring the kitchen straight out to here. I know it's confused.
All right, so you haven't quite worked out where everything is going?
No, not at all. It's all
Fluid.
but I'm definitely open to all options, but we're getting to the point where I need to make decisions.
Yes, you've your work cut out for you now, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Cora's fluid plans are swirling beautifully, but she will need to firm them up fast to get this project moving. On the first floor, the living room has that familiar granny's good room feeling. Cora plans to live above the shop, knocking through to a new kitchen in the back room. On the top floor, a curved corridor wall and the ghost of a grandfather clock sum up this house's higgledy-piggledy character. This is going to be what now, Cora?
So this will be my bedroom. And ideally, I'd have a closet and bathroom next door.
In the bedroom next door?
Yes.
Okay, and a small bed.
Small bedroom.
You're trying to maximise what you can get out of the house. The house hasn't been loved for a long time. So you're rewiring, replumbing, insulating. Even when you're in this room, all the ceilings have to come down. Everything has to be stripped back. Really, there's a lot of things you need to investigate. Cora hasn't finalised her plans, but she'll restore the former shop area of her house as an exhibition space, with the back shop and the 1960s kitchen reconstructed as her studio or office. The 1980s loo and bedroom at the back of the house are to be demolished. Her living room will be on the first floor, with the bathroom behind it converted as a kitchen. There will be a bridge connection to the garden, where she hopes to construct a second studio space to avail of the light. On the top floor there will be 2 bedrooms and a new bathroom. Cora has looked out with her garden. It appears to be bigger than any other in the street. It also gives a view to a wonky roof, which I hope she will investigate. What a treat to meet a delightful Cora. Her imagination and passion for this building that she's bought right in the centre of Cork is fantastic. However, having walked around the house today, I'd be exceptionally concerned. I think she's undertaking a very difficult project, and yet for me there are so many moving parts. She hasn't resolved her layout, and she hasn't really found out what the structural integrity of the building is. And for me, she must have her ducks in a row, otherwise this could end up as a disaster, an unfinished project. I've said my piece, but Cora is such a dynamic and positive dreamer who knows what she can overcome. Since returning from 15 years of travelling the world, she's rented a home and a city centre warehouse building as her work base and studio. With studio manager Celeste Burden, she is building up her profile and, crucially, her finances by selling paintings and prints as well as cards and calendars. Cora needs to move out of this space as soon as she can in order to save money on rent. But while she's light on funds, it's essential for her work that she's not tight on light.
I think by introducing light into what's the kitchen area now, I'll be able to work in that space. You know, when we look at this space, like I always end up painting right here because the light. So I think light should be the driving factor.
Within a week of my visit, Cora springs into action. She's found and signed up Jerry from Kerry, who specialises in restorations as her contractor. His very first task is significant for Cora's budget.
With every shop building, there's a shop front. Over every shop front, there's a very large beam. Originally, it would have been timber. Often, when you open up that beam, the timber can be rotten. If we're lucky, somebody at some stage in the past may have replaced it 60 or 70 years ago in steel, and in that instance, we're in luck. Well, the difference in cost is anything from 15 to 20 to 25,000.
It's the moment of truth. If it's wooden, the beam will set Cora's budget back from the start. There's no steel here.
It does have to be replaced.
It's not great, is it?
2 months have passed since my last visit, and there's been no progress since Jerry uncovered the rotten beam. Cora still doesn't have sign-off on her mortgage. To raise funds for the project, she's decided to throw open the dusty doors of Douglas Street to the public. She and Celeste have transformed it into an impromptu gallery, in the grand hope of selling 10 of Cora's larger works.
Selling these paintings would really help move the project along.
I've popped in to join the big event. What's the name of this painting?
This painting's called Threshold.
What a perfect...
I know, right?
You just think you can feel the rain.
What I realised was I wanted it to be restful but stimulating, so that you're living with it and it's not annoying you. but you're not bored of it either. You know, that you'll see movement from time to time. Invariably, you're painting what's going on for you. But I do feel very optimistic about the project.
With no funds, Cora may need that optimism. The exhibition begins, and 42 Douglas Street hosts its first customers in years. I'm delighted to be down here at Cora's exhibition. Amazing work. But unfortunately, the news isn't good. What's happened is Cora has not been able to get sign-off on the mortgage she depended on. You know, while today is about celebrating Cora and her amazing talent, it's also very important because Cora has to sell paintings tonight to actually raise funds. 3 of Cora's fabulous large pieces and a host of prints go to Grateful Homes. But tonight's takings are not enough to unlock a mortgage. Thankfully, against all odds, Jerry from Kerry has full faith in Cora's ability to find a solution to her funding problems. He's back on site to assess exactly how much work will be necessary.
It's literally crumbling away, and the decking there under the roof is also quite rotten, so this all has to go really. Just see what's going on here, because there's quite a bit of space, you see?
Jerry will have it knocked down by.
Look at the amount of space we have here.
Ooh. Wow. It's like
Here we are.
cheesecake or something. Oh my gosh.
Upstairs,
Even the ceiling proves to be in need of replacing.
you can see that the old lath, the plaster, lime plaster, was plastered onto these timber laths. But often it actually delaminates and can actually fall due to vibration or whatever, and this plaster is quite heavy and it can be quite dangerous when it falls. So any loose plaster like that has to be taken off as soon as possible, really. Yeah.
It's a lot more work than Cora anticipated. It's an uncertain time, but Cora finds hope in the news that the vacant property grant has been extended to the cities, and she becomes the first applicant in Cork City. It could provide her with €50,000, which would unlock a much-needed mortgage. However,
So the situation at the moment is we are really stuck. The terms of the vacant property grant is that it must be vacant for 2 years. And until you're awarded, you can't begin work. I applied in November. They came out and inspected in March, and the line went dead, and now we're at 9 weeks. It's very, very, very frustrating at this stage, but yeah, we're feeling a little bit snookered because we're not getting any further at the moment, and we haven't got a clue when we will be able to start. So I can't progress. My builders, they've been amazing, they're bearing with me, but in the meantime, I'm paying rent, I'm paying for the studio. We have to be out of here by the end of the year. We've nowhere else to go. Okay, thank you. Yeah, everything's good. Thank you. Cheers, bye-bye. That wasn't the grant. But they're going to call any minute now.
but minutes turn into days, and days turn into weeks, without that awaited call coming through. Cora's Douglas Street shop sits empty and unused, while discussions are had in distant rooms. The vacant property grant is still in its infancy, and Cora's project becomes a test case. A year passes since that hopeful exhibition day. Then suddenly, white smoke. The stamp of approval is on the grant. The delay allowed her to build up funds, unlocking her mortgage. Cora is at last able to bring Jerry from Kerry's team back on site to start work.
So today we are finally starting. We got the derelict property grant. Delighted. A little bit sick. It's like we're finally starting.
It feels great to be here at last. There was a bit of a delay, obviously, but we developed a very good relationship with Cora early on, and we were determined to stick with it.
The big challenge with this project is that everything has to come in and out through the front door. But I'm confident if anybody can do it, Jerry and his team can do it.
It's very narrow inside. Our biggest fear is that the digger will not fit through the door because at some stage in the past, somebody put an internal frame on the original frame, so the opening is much narrower.
First hurdle overcome, site manager John is off to a smashing start.
The demolition will start today. I suppose we're looking at 2 to 3 weeks. We should have it all taken down to the ground and cleared off the site.
So the kitchen's coming down, which is brilliant. We've waited so long for this. So to see this light coming through is deadly.
With light in action on site at last, Cora is able to start thinking creatively about the future look of her home. She's come to Sink Concrete in County Tipperary. It's a long way to go. But the bespoke process here appeals to her because it involves mixing elements of stone, seashells and glass with industrial concrete to make basins and flooring.
Bathrooms are expensive, but I think something like this, it's like it'll see me out. Like, to me, it's like a piece of sculpture that adorns your bathroom forever, and you just love it every single day.
Marie Halley is a specialist in polished concrete. She's spotted an option to bring a raw element of the Irish landscape into the aggregate, or pieces of stone mixed into Cora's dreamed of concrete floor.
So here we have
The Conmar marbles.
fab, isn't it?
So we get it in like this.
Wow.
That's why it's all different colours, because it is all different colours. So it could be darker bits, lighter bits, even yellowy bits.
So beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, so we crush that.
Wow. That's amazing. Quite like it's a very smooth touch, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Very kind of grounding. You know?
Yeah, it is. There's a little bit of serenity about it. I think.
Yeah, so what really kind of flicks my switches about it is that it's part of the landscape.
The Connemara marble is getting Cora inspired.
When we crush these to make this,
Yes.
we get a byproduct of powder, a
Yes.
pigmented powder.
Yeah.
That's just a dust. It's like dust, but it's very fine.
Yes.
and you could.
Could mill that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you bound that with oil or something, that would be amazing.
For you to paint with.
Yeah.
Right.
But while Cora's vision for the house and her future creations take form, on site as November starts, the scaffolding's up, but progress has come to a sharp halt. The demolition reveals dangerous asbestos.
So there was an asbestos survey carried out, and I mean, I suppose maybe it's not that surprising. A building of its age, it's over the roof from the bathroom. The whole ceiling has to be taken out, and it was in the back kitchen, in the floor, and the adhesive.
Getting rid of the asbestos will cost Cora a weighty €8,000 and shut the site down for weeks. But this knockback has sparked a new approach.
I've looked at the figures again. Currently spent around 20,000. Like, I had hoped to have a pod in the garden where I'd paint. That's not looking like a possibility now at all. So it's working within the structure we have to create the space. And I have to have a space to paint.
14 months since my first visit, there are new, unavoidable deadlines.
I am under pressure to move out of my studio building. My lease ends at the end of this year. So effectively, I have nowhere to work from then. And it's really, really important that we get into 42 Douglas Street as soon as possible. It's looking like spring next year before we're finished, before I'm in.
Landscape artist Cora Murphy hoped to move in to the first home she's ever owned, a Victorian shop building in Cork's south inner city, by her 50th birthday in January. But after a year of delays and disasters, that's now a pipe dream. She has to move studio as soon as possible and has nowhere to work. But in mid-November, another setback emerges.
We have the main roof stripped off of the building. It's not something we'd anticipated doing. We were anticipating just removing the asbestos slate. However, when we stripped the old roof, we found that the roof structure itself was in very poor condition. So we decided to take it all down.
Cora's home-to-be is roofless and exposed to the winter weather. John's team works fast to replace the joists and put a sturdy new roof in place. Unfortunately, paying for a new roof proves not to be the greatest blow that November brings. At the end of the month, Cora's mother, Olive, suddenly passes away.
Just before she left us, we planted some flowers. It's lovely that we'll always have her plants here.
The local community in Douglas Street step in with care and support. Neighbour, Cork Flower Studio owner Justine Looney offers Cora the space above her shop just down the road as a temporary studio base.
I'm in a lovely space now over the flower shop on Douglas Street. The girls downstairs very kindly gave me use of this room, and it's just so lovely to actually be on the street. It just feels like great energy, and it's just so great to be so close to the building site. I think the fact that I'm actually working on Douglas Street way ahead of moving in speaks volumes about the community here. It's just been brilliant.
Working on the house and her new collection proves to be a comfort. And the olive-coloured Connemara marble is becoming key to both her house and her art.
So, as a contemporary landscape painter, in creating the house and how I want the house to look, it's important to me to use elements from the landscape. Everything should be elemental, whether it's the paint or the materials I'm using in the floor, that they should somehow connect back to nature. Using the Connemara marble directly in the bathroom, it feels really special. It's like archaeology in reverse, that you add layers to make sense, and it feels like the house does feel a little bit like a composition. But the thing that's very important to me is that just that it's connected to Ireland as well. Like, I'd rather have less things, but that everything was somehow connected to the landscape, but it might take a bit of time to finish.
Now that she's working on the street, Cora wants to know more about its character over the years. She's meeting local man, history enthusiast Michael O'Donovan, up the road to find out more. Cora's home today is part of Cork's inner city, but when it was built, it was inextricably linked to the West Cork countryside.
Now, in 1866, you had what was known as the time as the Cork to Macroom direct railway line, and it finished on Summerhill South, which is only minutes from Douglas Street.
The railway brought fresh produce direct from the country to shops like the one at Cora's house.
It was known locally as West Cork Street. You would then have had an awful lot of people bringing their butter, their eggs, their cheese, the whole lot into town. Now, this is actually an advertisement for your house, the shop that was there, and it would have been in the 1930s.
Oh, wow. So this is J Lines, Reenery, am I saying that right?
Reenery.
Reenery Dairy, Barrack Street, begs to announce that he has opened a branch at 42 Douglas Street, new laid eggs,
Yes.
and choicest creamery and country butter at lowest prices. Fab, isn't it?
Now, the fact that you have such a big garden at the back of your house,
Yeah.
it was quite possibly there they kept the hens.
Really?
That I would imagine so, yes, because a lot of people in the area kept livestock, hens, pigs, because there was a market for it in the area. They had the hens out the back in the garden. That would explain the big, because all the big gardens were put to use. They were
Yeah. So we might have to revisit the chickens.
reintroduce the chickens, yes.
By the 1960s, the street housed a series of small shops.
Douglas Street had a thriving community. Like my grandmother always said, you never needed to go beyond Douglas Street. There was no need
From
to go
the
into
south
town.
side.
From the
Yeah.
south side, just because her attitude was, why would you go beyond Douglas Street? Because you had every single thing that you needed.
Oh, I love it. If you want it, we've got it. Love that. That covers it.
Michael remembers the shop.
It was a lovely little shop to go into. Now, I remember the shop, or as we're saying, 42 Douglas Street, now, when it was Lynch's shop.
Okay.
And it was Mary and Desmond Lynch. When you went in to stand at the counter, you were in the hallway of their house. Like Lynch's shop would have been known as a front room shop.
Yes.
And in a lot of cases, the pubs were the same.
Mary Lynch lived in Cora's home for 60 years, selling everything from homemade scones to small antiques from the front room.
You knocked at the counter, the kitchen door opened, what was lovely, you got a glimpse of the fire, you might have smelt what was cooking for the dinner.
Oh, no.
But she would have been probably one of the last of those shops in Douglas Street. No, the thing is, as I remember Douglas Street in the 80s, it was in a terrible decline. There was a lot of poverty in the area.
Yes.
With the closure of the railway in 1953 and the inner city docks and industry afterwards, Douglas Street's time as a thriving community shopping hub came to an end. But Cora hopes her new home will become part of a new era of life and community in the area. For now, another Christmas passes, as does Cora's 50th. She's still renting, and the house is nowhere near finished, so it's a low-key affair. In February, I'm calling by to visit Cora and site manager John and witness real progress in the shop. Now, Cora, isn't this fantastic?
It's great.
Are you delighted?
Absolutely.
Huh? So what's happening here now, Cora?
So at the moment we're looking at how we're going to divide up the space. So I'll be working from here. So big printer that needs to go there. We'll need some office space and I'll be painting back there.
The walls for the replacement extension, which will become Cora's studio, are in place and will hold a terrace overhead outside the future kitchen. I see you've had to take all the slate off the
We had
side.
to take the natural slate off the side. It started to fall down. It was a bit dangerous, sharp.
Pity. But losing the slates opens up a new opportunity. You've lovely brickwork.
I would love to expose the brick.
Cora can insulate the exterior walls instead of the interior. I just love coming into buildings like these because they're so gnarly and imperfect. But in their imperfectness is actually their beauty. As well as saving her gnarly walls, another of Cora's creative plans is about to reach fruition.
I had this notion that I wanted a concrete bath, and the practicalities of it were ridiculous. It would involve a lot of steel.
A concrete bath would have been too heavy for Douglas Street's wooden joists, but she's come up with a lighter solution. She's back at Sink Concrete for a grand unboxing. Craftsman Paddy Halley has made her a bespoke shower tray using Connemara marble aggregate.
So they've been working on a sink and a shower tray for me, so I'm really excited to see what they can do. You know, they're literally taking it out of the mould. And Paddy, like the chance of this breaking, like because it's a flat surface, is it
Slim.
hard? Slim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
So we're going to take 3 mil off it now, all
Okay.
over.
Wow.
And that's going to hopefully show up the aggregate pretty
Yes.
quickly.
Fab.
Stunning.
Stroking the aggregate, Paddy.
What's that?
Stroking the aggregate. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is. So special. Like I had imagined it, but like it is really special. Thanks, Paddy.
My first shower tray
First, is it?
is.
I hope it's first of many do.
Paddy now has to polish the concrete to expose the marble. It's no brief task.
Oh my gosh, Paddy, you're wrecked.
There you go. Not too bad. Used to it.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
It really is amazing.
And when we seal it up as well, we'll brighten it up even further, you know.
So smooth. I'll never get out of the shower.
Happy?
Oh, I'm delighted. Like, I had a vision in my head, but like to actually see it for real is amazing. I'll definitely be a better painter now, Paddy, will I? If I have my feet in Connemara every morning. It's great. It's just beautiful.
Cora's in full creative flow, but by May 2024, her budget's drying up. So I'm taking the opportunity to whisk her away to Dublin's Drumcondra to focus her mind on practical choices for her interior design. It's a super street, isn't it? Look.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And these terrific Edwardian houses. Aren't they fabulous?
Oh, it's fab. And I love the door.
Let's go in. Now, lovely hall. I adore the glass in the window, isn't it
beautiful.
great? So, Cora, I've brought you to this lovely extension to the original Edwardian house for a number of reasons. Firstly, I've got a roof light,
Beautiful.
just to show you the effect,
Yeah.
and then a big window, which is what you have at the end of your studio.
Yes.
But I'm interested really to hear about your floor journey.
Well, it has been a journey. Ideally, I would have liked a polished concrete.
The quote for a polished concrete floor came in at €17,000, way above what Cora can afford. For now, her screed is poured.
I did get a test grind on the screed, and that's kind of salt and pepper, very like this.
The floor here is sealed screed.
Seeing this,
Right.
I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So grind it and seal it, and it seems the most affordable option as well.
Okay, now remember your slab won't have the aggregate in it,
Yes.
so it'll be much more like sand. Screed is not usually used as the final floor finish, but it's working well here. And the other thing you need to watch is if you look across there, you see how porous it is.
Yeah.
So because your slab wasn't designed to be the finish,
Yes.
it'll be porous. So you need to be just aware of that.
Okay.
It's a very practical solution, Cora, but do remember if you drop the glass of red wine, it will stain if you don't mop it up quick.
Yeah.
So no red wine.
No red wine.
Yeah, just champagne, darling. Champagne doesn't
Lots
stain.
of bubbles.
That's it, it
Okay.
doesn't stain. So just to be aware of that.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that in the future you can't put down the marmoleum or put down the self-leveling floor finish
Yes.
compound.
Yeah.
So you still have options in the future.
Yes.
This is all driven by budget.
Completely. It's the most affordable option at the moment. I think maybe in my workspace, I'll put down a rubber bubble.
For your painting, where are you going to
Yes.
paint? Because you're mucky.
I'm so mucky.
You're mucky. But that's inevitable.
Yes. Yeah.
Fine. This innovative family home offers up other cost-effective solutions for finishes, from good old stripped-back floorboards to super cheap painted OSB boards, and the extensive use of ultra-modern waterproof micro-cement in the bathrooms. There's more inspirations outside. Cora still hopes to build a small studio in her garden in the future. This could be you.
Could be me.
Isn't this fabulous?
Oh, I love it.
I'm just blown away by what they've actually managed to pack in to such a small space. And that has to do with the quality of the materials used, which are quite simple, but also the detailing. So it's like the drawers under the staircase, if you like a ship's ladder up to the bedroom, and then you've even got a fabulous shower room. So they've got so much in here.
Like, did they just plane this wood?
You know, it comes in that finish.
Oh, wow. But even these lines here?
That's what elevates
Yes.
the detail. So if that wasn't there, this would look all a bit
Yeah, flat.
flat,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. The wall finishes here with the birch ply aren't expensive, but the reason that it looks expensive is because it's elevated by the detailing. You see the way the line goes all the way around, and it's that detailing that makes this studio so perfect.
It's very neat, and their storage is so clever.
So you'll have to be neat when you're an artist in this studio.
One day at a time, yeah.
Back in Cork City in June, Douglas Street neighbour and all-round Cora's supporter, Justine from the Flower Shop, has offered to help bring Cora's building rubble-battled garden back to life.
So we're making a lot of progress with the garden, which is great. There was quite a bit to do. Justine in Cork Flower Studio, who's a lovely friend, has been helping me kind of plan the garden a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot to do, but I can kind of see the way through it now, which is great.
Yeah.
Somebody suggested a jacuzzi there.
Cora is one of those people who, the first time you meet her, you're questioning, do you know her from somewhere, because she's so friendly. So we had just been talking about the garden, and I said if she wanted any help, I'd be happy to get stuck in. So that's why I came along, yeah.
It just feels great to be actually getting into the garden and start putting my stamp on it. There's a lot of stuff in the house that I physically can't do, but making a start here is just brilliant. And it's kind of, you know, even the colours we're using is really making me think about what we're going to paint inside.
While the garden springs back to life and colour, the house is also taking shape at last.
So today is like so much happening all at once. So we have people plastering outside, we have people plastering inside. We have the plumbers here. The shower tray has gone in. We had Monster Joinery come with their windows. There's loads happening. And if I'm completely honest, I would have thought, you know, being a creative person, I would have found this quite easy. It's so not easy. I only want to pay my rent one more time, you know, so I would really like to be in for the end of July. I do feel like we've had huge delays. Like it's gone on since 2022, but we're definitely gaining momentum now. Lots of other things have changed, and they're all good changes. It's actually hilarious. So my bedroom window, I didn't think that wall was going to be insulated because we'd already internally insulated. Now, in order to get the grant, we had to put an extra 50 mil of insulation on. So it was 100 mil inside, and they put 100 mil outside. But they actually insulated that wall, so now there's 200 mil. So I'm going to be the hottest girl in town.
While broad brushstrokes are happening across the site, Cora wants to maintain a focus on details too. Cora liked the decorative, waterproof micro-cement at our Dublin visit. Now she's asked expert Anna Bugabel from Maison Anna B to help her with her future bathroom.
I think micro-cement is a fantastic material, okay, especially for bathrooms. I love the seamless look, but at the same time, all the texture, it's fantastic, right? In terms of maintenance as well, it's very easy. Do you know the way sometimes even on tiles you can see some drop stains? You would never have that with micro-cement.
Yes,
you know?
and no grout.
And no grout.
No grout.
No grout.
Yeah. I think I'm 50 years old now and I don't want to spend my time cleaning grout or glass. I'm allergic.
I'd love to know what color you want to go for.
So the shower tray has the Connemara marble in it, as does the sink. So I kind of feel pink and green.
Yeah.
Something that's really restful.
Yeah.
But I love the micro-cement finish and that there's still texture and it feels elemental.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd go for something like, you know, light enough because the room is quite dark around.
Yes.
So that's something to keep in mind.
So I think the pink, it's almost like there's clouds and like it's a work of art in itself.
Yeah.
So I think the pink bissou, just something sweet and beautiful, would be great.
Right, so it's like a little kiss on the cheek. I love the fact that she wants, like, you know, that bathroom to be a soft, relaxing space.
Anna's covering the bathroom in kisses. But as July turns to August, Cora faces another wall of delays.
It's all a bit pushy at the moment, trying to get things over the line. Still waiting on grants money. I know everybody is doing their best, but people have been working on faith and some people can't come back to the site until they're paid, which I completely understand. Without money to pay people, we can't keep going. So it's very much down to the wire now, and I cannot see how we're going to get over the line if I can't pay people.
It's October 2024, and after nearly 2 years of stops and false starts, I'm back in Cork's inner city to visit artist Cora Murphy at the old shop she hopes to turn into her studio and home. She sold more work to muster up funds to finish, and what was once Mary Lynch's grocery is hardly recognisable as I approach. It has cast off its old green coat and is now glowing gold.
Is it you, Hugh?
Is it you? This is the place.
This is definitely the place. I'm
Lovely
great.
to see you.
And you. Come on in.
Yeah. Isn't this terrific? And what a place it is. The old shop area is now an exhibition space, hung with clouds of pink muslin curtains.
Cora, what a transformation.
It really is.
It is, isn't it? I love walking in here, and it's sort of like a chilled out showroom, or it can be a lounge.
With kind of a spare room as well.
Oh, I can sleep here.
You can
Oh,
sleep here.
jeez, no end.
Yeah.
I just love it.
The pared back finishes here are just right for an urban gallery.
I love the way you've left all your brickwork exposed.
I think it was important to, try and blend the old and the new. And I think like the soft pink, it's a little bit like walking into marshmallow.
But it's lovely texture and it reinforces your paintings, doesn't it?
Oh, thanks, Hugh.
So, Cora, I remember there was sort of discussions as to how you were going to finish off the floor.
So, because we dug down so deeply, we dug down nearly half a metre, it was really a concern how I was going to be able to afford to finish it. And I looked at lots of different options. But in the end, I ground and sealed the concrete. And that was really a huge part, thanks to the inspiration visit we did in Dublin.
Yes.
It was a fraction of the cost of the, polished concrete.
Well, no, I'd have to tell you, I don't know if you'd have done better
No, I
in
don't think
terms
so.
of the finish.
Yeah, I sometimes think it looks like freckles.
There we go.
These screed freckles save Cora €14,000 in a terrazzo finish.
So, Cora, when you look back at the start of your journey, would you say you were a bit naive?
I would say I was entirely naive. That's my gift. Because if I did know, I mightn't have done it.
Right.
I've learned a lot and had huge help. The question I get asked most is, was it tough to do it on your own? But honestly, and not being disingenuous, I didn't do anything on my own. Like, everybody weighed in at every step. Somebody could help, and an awful lot of that was the local community.
You're a beacon of what should be going on in our cities, towns and villages, which is the restoration, refurbishment of buildings on the street. Because all of a sudden, you're now independent.
Yes.
Technically, you don't need a car.
No,
You go out the door and you have the butcher, the baker and the candlestick maker, but you also have a home that's energy efficient.
I'm very aware that lots and lots of people are finding it hard to find a home. So, reusing these buildings is completely the way forward.
Well, here, come on, let's go off now and see your studio.
Behind the curtain, Cora's much-needed studio makes the most of the light from above and via French doors.
Cora, now that you're in, do you have enough room for this to be your studio?
Absolutely. At the moment, it works perfectly. It is really a dream come true. It's a very practical setup for me. I had notions at the start that I might put a studio in the garden.
I remember.
But that was a little bit over extra. We poured a slab so that in the event of needing to expand out there, I can.
You can do that.
Yes.
And then you have a lovely connection to the house. I like the idea of where you're working
Yes.
is separate from your home.
I was quite happy for the ground floor to feel very contemporary, whereas I feel when you walk up the stairs, you should feel you're kind of going back in time a little bit. The temperature changes.
It's warm.
It's warmer.
All the way up the preserved stairs we go, to the top floor.
Come on upstairs, Hugh, and I'll show you everything.
Oh,
Do you want to see my
Cora.
bricks?
love it.
That's fabulous.
Cora was able to leave the brick exposed in her stairwell and upstairs corridor because she used insulated render on the outside walls, and it came in colour too. But the colour of the bricks themselves are important to her.
You see, it's the colours and the texture which give a grain. It's like looking at a painting, particularly when you look down there.
Every time I look out at it in the morning, I just think it's super. It changes every single day. You see something different. And I think it will influence my work.
You've managed up here to get your main bedroom,
Yep.
walk-through wardrobe.
There's a small spare room at the front of the house which can double up as a bedroom.
And a great bathroom.
They're all my favourites, but it's absolutely the bathroom of dreams.
The green Connemara marble basin and shower tray are offset by the pink micro cement.
When you go into your bathroom, you have a beautiful mirror and wall sconces.
Yes.
And my understanding is you commissioned those.
I did. A friend of mine, Lorraine Turner, is a fabulous glass artist. And so we traded. So there was a lot of bartering done.
So you bartered paintings for what they did.
Absolutely, because, the budget was tight. But it was a great way for all boats to rise. And it's been lovely. People are just really nice, and I think There's just been so much help.
But the house is better off for that.
Now to the middle floor, which houses the bright and booky living room.
Isn't this just a wonderful room, Cora?
It is. It's really wonderful. Does
And
everything you need.
You kept your door.
Kept my door, yeah.
A lot of people now look at that now and go, when are you finishing?
That has been said.
But you're quite comfortable with that.
I'm really comfortable. And I had said to Jerry day one, we're not going to make it all, perfect and straight. I think you need to tell the story a little bit.
Cora preserves the old by celebrating the layers of plaster with an upcycled frame.
There's a real sense of homeliness,
Oh, good.
that everything's loved. There's a bit of history to it. There's pieces that have obviously travelled with you,
Yep.
your chairs,
Yes.
and they all create a personality.
At the heart of the room is a softly reupholstered couch in orange and olive tones.
And your couch, which is just divine, it's just wonderful with the piping.
Oh, yeah, it's so fab. This was my mom's couch.
No,
Yeah.
this home is very highly personalised.
Yes.
And it really is just an extension of your personality.
But there's so many hands have gone into making this house. That it's wonderful to look around and go, that was Joy, that was Colin. That you remember people in the piece.
So were there any points on the journey you said, I'm going to give up or I'm not going to get
Didn't
there?
have anywhere to live if I did.
Right, so you didn't have
I
a
had
choice.
to keep going. But there were definitely moments where I had many sleepless nights. And I'd say, honestly, there was probably moments where the builders would have happily headbutted me. But we're still friends.
So how much did you pay for the house?
182.
Not bad. And your budget to refurbish was?
120-ish.
So your final budget?
Somewhere between 270 and 290.
Wow.
It was a little bit of a jump. It was a little bit of a jump. But the 2 grants helped enormously.
Cora got the SEAI grant as well as the vacant property grant.
But you're still way out there, aren't
I
you?
am kind of way out there, but I'm home.
I think what you've done here is so special. Well done, darling.
Thank you.
Well done.
Oh,
Well done.
lovely.
As Cora's family and friends assemble to toast the doors of this shop and home reopening, it's just the start of Cora's time at the heart of the Douglas Street community as it comes back to full life.
Personally, I've just loved my journey with Cora as she renovated this building.
She faced over a year of delays and challenges, but somehow remained inspired.
She just has such doggedness in a very calm way. Cora is all about colour. Her personality is colourful. And because of that, her home is colourful. What Cora has is this community who are all craftspeople and creatives. And if you like, she's encouraged them to participate in creating her home.
And they and the wider community here in historic Douglas Street have encouraged her.
And that's what gives authenticity to this home.
Cheers. Here's to Douglas Street. Cheers to all of you. Thank you.